Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Akari. This is my first video. If you follow me from my other social media, I really appreciate it. I just want to talk a little bit about myself. You know, sorry if my voice is shaking. I'm not really a talkative person. Um, Especially sometimes if I don't have to talk, I probably don't even talk for half a year. I know it's kind of crazy, but okay, going back to the topic, just talking a little bit about myself, of how I end up in Japan and where did I live before. So before I moved to America, I was 12 years old. That's the time that I started to live in Chicago. And before that, I actually lived in 5 different countries. So first is Japan, and after Japan, UK and Hong Kong, China. And I also live in Italy as well. And I want to share my experience about all the countries that I live in, and then the reason why I live in different countries. Well, there's a thing I want to say. So I was so little, so I can choose where I stay. So I was just basically following my parents. Um, when my parents have company in this country, then I go follow along. And when starting from 3, so since I have memory, I never have any friends because every year I move to different countries. Like in that case, like how do I have friends? I remember there's one time when I was 3rd grade. That's the time that I have a friend, like my real friend. Like I wanna keep her. But then I have to tell her that unfortunately that I will be moving to Italy next year. And then she was asking me like, why are you moving? And I said, well, just because I'm following along with my parents. Well, she couldn't understand. For me, I couldn't either, but I was so getting used to my life of moving around with my parents. And I actually have a really complicated background as well. It's not just because of company. um, it's more like my parents, so especially my mom, she wants me to speak multiple language. So she want me to speak like at least 5 language. I know it's kind of funny, but she was expecting me to speak 5 language. And then the funny thing it turned out is that I actually can speak any language fluently. It's really embarrassed to say that because I am a really introverted person, so I don't really have much chance to practice talking with other people. And then especially like, so a lot most so all the language that if you talk to me, I understand. I get when I hear it, I understand everything that people say, but if you ask me to like make a sentence, I really can. So English will be the language that I think I'm fluent in. Maybe a lot of people think I am not, but yeah. Every time when I speak a language, there's always people say, "Oh, you're not fluent in this one. You're not fluent in that one." So I it's kind of painful to I think it's also a talent that I'm not good at any language. Well, at least for me, language is, a thing to use to communicate. So I don't really care right now anymore. That's why I started to post a video on YouTube. Um, and then I want to share about my life here as well with anyone that subscribe my channel. Just a little bit about my life. Also, you know, we can talk here. If you want to hear my stuff, I can tell everything to the people who's watching. I also want to share my life here as well, a little bit story about myself as well. So the funny thing in how so right now I actually still stuck in Japan. So I moved to Japan. It's not because I like it. It's just because in this case, you know, last year I flew to Japan maybe 5 times in half year. So every month I flew to Japan for my long distance boyfriend, and then I was so broke because every month the flight ticket, it's crazy expensive, like $1,200 every month just to come to Japan for 2-3 days. So then I submit a leave of absence to my current company, and I said I will be gone for like, you know, this period of time, half year. But right now I'm still kind of frustrated if I should go back to America or not.